Nobita and Doraemon suddenly became full-time farmers. They actually started growing rice in their bedroom. It all started with a plate of mochi that Mom brought in. They both wanted to eat the last piece of mochi, but neither of them would give in. Their noisy squabbling drew Mom's attention. Mom felt that both of them were in the wrong, so she ate the last piece of mochi herself. To regain their freedom to eat mochi, Doraemon pulled out a mochi-making machine.
餅なんか出ないじゃないか。
材料入れるの忘れてた。
ググ。
The two planned to ask Mom for glutinous rice. Mom refused, saying food isn't something to play with. Doraemon suggested growing the glutinous rice themselves. Nobita was skeptical. Doraemon immediately produced the holiday farming kit. The kit included items like seedling capsules and a mini sun. Next, Doraemon spread a rice paddy carpet on the ground. The ground instantly transformed into a fertile rice paddy. Doraemon walked into the paddy and began planting the rice seedlings. He called Nobita over to help. Nobita took off his socks and stepped into the paddy.
ね、そっち半分をやって。さっさと植えちゃおう。よーし。ほい。ほい。ああ、ダメダメ。もっときちんと。苗は一箇所に3本ずつ同じ間隔に植えるんだ。
そうなんだ。
Nobita noticed the sunlight was too intense. The rain that was supposed to arrive on time was nowhere to be seen. It turned out the season controller in the gadget had malfunctioned. The rice paddy dried up and cracked at an alarming rate. As the seedlings were on the verge of drying up, the two of them rushed downstairs to get water. Their feet were covered in muddy water, and they trampled the floor inside the house into a mess. Mom planned to clean up the floor first and then deal with the two of them. Nobita was still busy watering the rice paddy. Unexpectedly, a torrential downpour began in the paddy. The water kept rising, flooding the field. The two scrambled to scoop the water out again. They walked back and forth carrying buckets. The floor Mom had just cleaned was dirty again, but the heavy rain showed no signs of stopping. So Doraemon took out the Sunny Day doll. The Sunny Day doll chased away the clouds and rain. After everything was taken care of, the rice plants grew tall indeed. Unfortunately, weeds began to appear in the field. The two started weeding under the scorching sun. Nobita was so exhausted he nearly got heat stroke. Doraemon took out a gadget. He released a flock of hybrid ducks that specialized in eating weeds. The ducks quickly cleared away all the weeds. Unfortunately, the good times didn't last long. A violent typhoon suddenly swept across the sky. Once the storm was over, the rice plants grew healthy ears of rice. However, a new problem suddenly arose. Huge numbers of locusts swarmed into the rice field and fed on the crops. Nobita and Doraemon grabbed tools to swat and catch them. The scent of the rice attracted a flock of sparrows. The scene became increasingly chaotic. Doraemon set up a scarecrow to scare them away, but the scarecrow was completely useless. In the end, the two of them managed to drive the pests away on their own. Just as the two were panting from exhaustion, the rice yielded a bountiful harvest. They picked up sickles to harvest the rice. The two put all the rice into the mochi-making machine. Soon, the machine produced a huge pile of mochi. Both of them were very satisfied. However, the machine only made 259 pieces of mochi. The two began arguing over the unequal distribution. In the end, they even got into a scuffle.